Welcome to the Rohr International orientation toward our weekly report and event calendar. This was developed for our friends at mytradingbuddy.com, and there's no place better to start than at the beginning. And as you can plainly see from the first page of the calendar, it's extremely robust, has significant color coding, and we've chosen the first week of June 2015, a very important market threshold, in order to discuss what we were highlighting for people at the beginning of that week. But before we go any further, it's important to note that the entire top section of the calendar, from the logo all the way over to the right, is hot linked to Rohr-Blog.com, where you can see more of our information and the free archives of our technical projections, previous calendars, and quite a bit of other information along with our paid content. Now, one of the things that we want to highlight right away is how the color coding plays in to the various events. And that starts with the central bank block at the top, where we list each of the central bank current rates and point out in green which central banks have a meeting coming up that week. Now, if there were any change indicated, you see this little right arrow, there'd be a right arrow with what the estimated change is likely to be. Now, we also have designations in orange for key releases or events, yellow, as you can even see here on the first page, for somewhat important information that doesn't rise to the level of being the boldface that is the most important information, speeches or testimonies with a purple background, debt auctions or events in gray, and any ad hoc holidays or events in light blue. So, to carry on to the next page of this week's calendar, you can see how there are things in yellow, not bold, like the monthly figures for German CPI, that are separated from the bold year-on-year annual figures and bold U.S. personal income and spending. And of course, the 1st of June being the first day of the month, you've got all of your manufacturing purchasing managers indices. And right here are a couple of examples of speeches from prominent financial figures that are highlighted in purple. And as we head down, we get to our first central bank decision and statement. Reserve Bank of Australia, always on the first Tuesday of the month, unless something blocks it for some reason. Some further speeches, and the first of our debt auction events, an actual auction in Japan. But even on Monday afternoon, there is the ECB quantitative easing program, where they announce the amount of assets they purchased. So you can see how this flow works right through some orange items like the OECD consumer price indices, and getting down into Wednesday, all of the boldface services and composite purchasing managers indices, and ultimately on Wednesday, the European Central Bank rate decision. That should be decisions. You can see there's 3 in green. They can move any of the 3 rates, and of course in orange, as a prominent key release or event, would be the ECB President Draghi's post-rate decision press conference. However, before that on Wednesday, we had the OECD Economic Outlook, also in orange, and afterwards, in the afternoon U.S. time, we had the Federal Reserve Beige Book. And we also, on the following day, get into our first holiday indication of the new month, which was the Corpus Christi holiday in Europe, which is a bank holiday for the ECB. Now, of course, we've laid out all of the descriptive color coding and the nature there, but if you look at the columns, we can also see under the day designation in each page, for each section of that is a separate day, you have your country indications, then the nature of the report or the event, estimates where they are available, the previous figure for economic data, and then the time of release or event, which is in GMT, and the appropriate U.S. Eastern Time, depending where we are in the daylight savings or standard time process. And that pretty much does it. We hope you found this interesting and useful, and we'll look forward to you taking advantage of the calendar. Bye for now.